Hey, I'm Asher and I'm here with Tactics to talk about the last resorts. I've put about 18 hours over 3 to 4 weeks into skating those shoes. First impressions, they're like really fun to skate. They feel pretty grassroots as far as a skate shoe goes, like brass tacks, not a whole lot to them, but they're really fun to skate for that reason. They're super bare. With Last Resorts, it's really about like the look for me is like a big part of it. Is like I really am pleased with the way that the shoe looks. I skated the 001s and the 002s, and between the two there's like almost no difference besides like cosmetic stuff. Like the fox taping is different on the 002 and it's maybe a little bit thicker, and then the stitching pattern has like a toe cap, which I don't think has any actual like benefit to how you're gonna skate them, but I just like the way that looks. The Last Resorts fit pretty true to size. I personally just go by my true size 9 and it worked perfectly for me. Usually you gotta wear your shoe out and then it kind of stretches and expands, and the Last Resorts were like roomier at first and then kind of continued to just hold their shape. They got a little stretched out, but for the most part they were about the same size the whole time I skated them, which was rad. They don't necessarily have like a whole ton of support features, so like if you're jumping down stuff, it can be pretty heavy, especially like if it's a big enough gap or drop. You just kind of like have nothing to catch you. Overall, it's something that I'm like willing to give up for like how the shoe skates. The shoes flick really well. It was just like, you know, perfect. I didn't think about it, and I like to not have to think about my gear when I'm skating. The tread on the bottom is not super long lasting. I'd like run out of grip on them before I'm done like skating them usually. That would be like probably one of the bigger downsides to the shoe. But again, this lasted me like 3 to 4 weeks instead of like 2. Usually 2 weeks is like my cap on a lot of shoes. I was impressed with like the suede, everything held together really well, including the stitching. And then the foxing tape is pretty solid too. It doesn't like get super destroyed and continues to kind of look nice, so you can still like wear it out and not feel like your shoes are just trashed. And another thing I was stoked on with these shoes was the lacing. It's like pretty tight on the top of your foot, so that like when you're doing kickflips and stuff, I wasn't worried about breaking my laces unless I was, you know, doing something weird or felt weird. Like otherwise though, my laces have stayed together really well. Kind of said laces weird. If I'm to compare the shoe to anything, I'd probably say it's a lot like skating like a Vans Authentic and a Converse 1-Star. And for me, my foot never fits in Converse shoes, so it was sick to have a shoe that like fits my foot properly, that skates like the Converse. And that kind of ties to the whole idea behind the company, I guess. It's like your last resort, something without, you know, a logo on it that's just your favorite skate shoe, kind of reimagined. I really like these shoes. I really enjoyed skating them. Definitely something I'll continue to skate, and stoked to like support a skater-owned brand that puts out a really good product. Yeah, so if you're interested in checking out Last Resorts, roll on down to your closest Tactics and try them on.